Hey everyone, and our review is here, and this is my best hits of 2010, and this is just a summary. The full list is on Rate Your Music. Number 10 is Animal by Neon Trees because it's a banger, even if the production hasn't aged the greatest. And Tyler Glenn is just a personality of a singer. I need to listen to the Neon Trees' discography. I listened to their excellent album that came out last year, and the lead single from it, "Used to Like," is one of my most streamed songs of 2021 so far, and it was also one of my most streamed songs of 2020. And I really wish that song had been a hit, but Animal's still just incredible. And the only reason it isn't any higher is because this year had so much great music, and the production hasn't aged the greatest. So yeah. Number 9 is Replay by Ayaz because it's just a really great pop song. It's very similar to Shower by Becky G and how it works for me. Yeah, it conveys the feeling of being love struck really well and just has a really great melody. Number 8 is DJ Got Us Falling in Love by Usher and Pitbull for being a club banger and having an incredible verse from Pitbull. It might be a hot take, but Pitbull is the best part of DJ Got Us Falling in Love because the song would feel a bit one note if Pitbull wasn't on it, but Pitbull just sends this song spiraling out in his verse and gives us a nice break from the melody so the song doesn't feel one note. Number 7 is Today Was a Fairy Tale by Taylor Swift because I'm an absolute sucker for this phase with Taylor Swift. It's just so adorable to me, and I love it so much. Number 6 is another song from this era of Taylor Swift, mine from Taylor Swift, which is one of the best hits of one of my favorite years of the 2010s, and it isn't even in the top 5 songs from Speak Now, which is her best album and one of my favorite albums ever. It just has flawless writing and great production, and somehow it isn't even top tier on Speak Now. Speak Now is such a phenomenal album. Number 5 is According to You by Orianthi because it's just a killer rock song with great lyrics and just a legendary guitar solo. And I wish that she had had more hits. The only song that she had chart in the US other than this song was fucking We Are the World 25 because she did a part in that song. Number 4 is Take It Off by Kesha because it's just a phenomenal club song. It's one of Kesha's best songs from this era. It's one of Kesha's best songs. It's the second best song on Animal. I'm so glad it was a hit. The best song on Animal is Kiss and Tell, in my opinion, by the way. And that song is absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, just this song is so wild and crazy and fun. And while it took some time for me to like it, I used to hate this song. I love it now. And yeah, this song probably would not work as well as it does without a singer with as much personality as Kesha. But yeah. Number 3 is Naturally by Selena Gomez because it's pop perfection. Just absolute pop perfection. I've loved this song for years. I loved it as a kid. I still love it. It never gets old. Number 2 is Nothing on You by B.O.B. for being just such an incredible love song. Just it's so effective at being a love song. And it's also pop perfection. This song is just, it's one of the best hits of the decade, in my opinion. So on to honorable mentions, and there's a lot of them. Honorable mention is Only Girl in the World by Rihanna. It has some issues, namely that the production hasn't aged the greatest, but everything else about it's fantastic, and the song deserves a mention. Just a Dream by Nelly. The production hasn't aged the greatest, but everything else is good. Billionaire by Travis McCoy and Bruno Mars. Just massive hook. And while it isn't as good as the other song by a rapper featuring Bruno Mars on this year-end list, it is still a banger. Your Love Is My Drug by Kesha. It's another song I really enjoy from Kesha, even if it isn't one of the absolute best songs on Animal. TikTok by Kesha. Yeah, I love Kesha a lot, aside from a few bad hits of hers, namely Blah 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 and My First Kiss. Break Your Heart by Tao Cruz and Ludacris has just aged so well. And it's so much better than I remember it. And I remember it being good. Honorable mention, Dynamite by Tao Cruz, which has gotten worse for me over time, unlike Break Your Heart, but it's still really good. Even though now I prefer Break Your Heart, even though I preferred Dynamite as a kid. Airplanes by B.O.B. Yeah, some of the lyrics don't work that well, but like, Haley Williams' hook is just so good, and B.O.B. was such a good rapper in this time that I had to mention it anyway. Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars, because I really enjoy it. I mean, it was the only good hit from that album, but it is a good song. Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, which is the worst Gaga hit of the year unless you count Paparazzi, which was not eligible for this list because it was higher in 2009, but yeah, the song is still really good. I just don't like it as much as her other two hits from this year. Honorable mention, I Like It Because I Like It, ha ha ha. A+ music criticism. No, but seriously, I really enjoy this song a lot. I know some people hate it. And yeah, I'll admit the production is very dated, but it doesn't bother me at all. And I just love the vocal melodies on this song. And Pitbull is phenomenal on here, just like he was on DJ Got Us Falling in Love. If not for lyrics being slightly creepy, this would have had a shot at the list, but it's still really good. Maybe even great. Honorable mention, Teenage Dream. Fuck Dr. Luke, but the song is a banger. Honorable mention, California Girls by Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg. Again, fuck Dr. Luke, but the song's a banger. Honorable mention, Sexy Bitch by David Guetta and Akon. Screw Akon, but this song is an absolute banger that I'm so glad I came around on. It just has a charm to it that I really love, and I honestly like the production on it now. And I agree with everything that Cam said about it on her 2010 best list. Honorable mention to Alejandro by Lady Gaga and Telephone by Lady Gaga, because I like Lady Gaga a lot, and these are the two hits that I like more than Bad Romance. Telephone being my favorite. I love the wild, chaotic energy of Telephone so much. Honorable mention, Bulletproof by LaRue, or however you pronounce that, because it's a shallow pop song, but it's really good at being a shallow pop song. This year had so many great shallow pop songs, I swear. Honorable mention, Do You Remember by Jay Sean, Lil Jon, and Sean Paul. Yeah, it's another banger. I honestly can't decide if I like it or Down more, but I love both songs a lot. Magic by B.O.B. because Ed Rivers Cuomo, because it's just a banger. Man, B.O.B. was so good, and then he just was like, yeah, now the Earth's flat, and everybody's like, but man, B.O.B. was just so good. Honorable mention, Find Your Love by Drake. God, I miss this era of Drake where he made good songs most of the time. But yeah, well, this isn't his best hit. I mean, Take Care and Forever Exist. And heck, Nice for What, too. It is still really good. Unthinkable I'm Ready by Alicia Keys. I don't listen to this song that often. When I do, it's pretty darn great. Undo It by Carrie Underwood. I feel like this song gets a little bit overlooked, and honestly, I don't think it should, because while it isn't Carrie Underwood's best hit, like it does a similar narrative to King of Anything in a way that actually works for me, and I really like how it sounds. So yeah, while this isn't as good as like Blown Away, and maybe even Before He Cheats, I still really like it. The only exception by Paramore, which was one of the final cuts, just very gorgeous and well written. And Bedrock by Young Money, because I mean it has flaws, namely Lil Wayne and Tyga. Lil Wayne saying that he knocks her lights out, but she still shines. That is not a lyric that I like at all. And Tyga's just Tyga. However, everything else about this song really, really works for me. It has, all of them have a lot of charm. You know, Nicki, Drake, and everything. The grocery bag line that everybody memes is pretty funny. And there's a line that I think should be memed more often, and that is, "Oh, that was your girl? I thought I recognized her." But yeah, and I also really like the production and Lloyd's hook. Honorable mention, Mean by Taylor Swift, which is the worst song on Speak Now, in my opinion, for the record. Or maybe the title track is. One of the worst songs on that album is good enough to get an honorable mention. That is how good Speak Now is. Honorable mention, Hello by Ludacris. I have absolutely no idea why I enjoy this song, but I do. And number one on my list is Need You Now by Lady Antebellum, because it's fucking beautiful and it conveys the feeling of loneliness better than basically any song I've ever heard. It's a legendary classic. Everybody knows it, everybody loves it, for good reason. It's one of the biggest country hits of all time for a reason. And bye. See you next time.